My name is Natalie, and I am a librarian at the Comox branch. I am here today to tell you all about Reading Link Challenge. Some of you may be familiar with how it works, but for some, this will be your first time participating. So we want to do an overview so everybody knows what to do. And we will also be introducing this year's books for the first time, so stay tuned. Okay, so here is how the Reading Link Challenge works. There are 6 books that everyone who is participating in the program will try to read. Now, some of you will not have time to read all 6 books, and that is absolutely fine because you are going to work as a team. So from now until March, you will try to read as many of the books as you can. And you will also read the books as audiobooks if you want, and just listen to them, whatever you prefer to do. And at the end of February or beginning of March, we will go to your school and we're going to do a fun quiz, and that's going to be round 1. So you need to remember as much as you can about the books that you read. You will be in teams of 6 students and you will compete against the other teams at your school. There's a whole bunch of different kinds of questions that you'll be asked. There's multiple choice questions, short answer questions, true or false, and fill in the blank. So it's all mixed together. The team that answers the most questions will be the champion of your school. And that is the team that will go to round 2. So round 2 is all of the winning teams in your area or community will get together and compete against each other. It is so much fun to compete against other schools. And there will be a winner in that competition as well. So the winner of round 2 will go on to round 3. So there's 3 rounds in Reading Link Challenge. Round 3 are the winning teams from all around Vancouver Island. So we have teams this year from the Comox Valley, Haida Gwaii, Nanaimo, the Cowichan Valley, Sydney, Souk, Port Alberni, the Oceanside area, which is Parksville, Qualicum. Yeah, and they are all going to get together and compete. And that round is held online because there's no way that we can travel that far. So it's much easier to do it online. So we really hope that you enjoy reading the books. It's always good to talk about what you're reading with your fellow teammates and classmates and teachers. Talk about them as much as you can, and that'll help you to remember all those details. Everybody who participates in the Reading Link Challenge will get a little prize at each round that they go to, which is always fun to get a prize. And now I want to introduce you to some of the other librarians that will be helping to organize the challenge. Here they are.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I work at the Courtney, Cumberland, and Comox branch, and I'm excited to see how fierce the competition is this year.
Hi everyone, my name's Julie. I'm at the Nanaimo North branch. And yeah, really excited to see you all compete in Reading Link Challenge this year. It's going to be a wonderful competition.
Hi, everybody. I'm Marina, and I work at the Souk branch, and I'm so excited for Reading Link Challenge this year.
Hi, I'm Narielle. I work at the Cowichan branch. Really looking forward to Reading Link Challenge this year.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kendra at the Gabriola Island branch, and welcome to Reading Link Challenge 2025.
Hi, everybody. I'm Etchi from the Massett branch, and I wish you guys all luck, and I hope you enjoy the books.
And hi, I'm Virginia, and I'm at the Sydney North Saanich branch, and can't wait to see all of you at Reading Link Challenge.
Okay, so now you know all of the librarians from around Vancouver Island Regional Library. That's a lot of who will be helping working with the schools for the Reading Link Challenge. And now it is time for the exciting part of this broadcast. We are going to be talking about the books. Here they are.
Hi, I'm Narielle Davis, the Children's Youth Librarian at the Cowichan branch. Today I'm going to be talking about The Islands of Elsewhere by Heather Fawcett. When the three Snowley sisters travel with their mom and brother to visit Granddaddy at his home in Misty Cove, they make a whole bunch of important discoveries. They discover that Granddaddy owns 3 mysterious and possibly magical islands, that they are related to a pirate who is possibly also a witch. And of course, they discover octopus milkshakes. Come along with Hattie, Bee, and Plum and see what you might discover too.
Hi everyone, I'm here to tell you about the tale of Despereaux. So the tale of Despereaux is by Kate DeCamillo, and it's the story of a brave mouse named Despereaux Tilling who sets out on a quest to save a princess and discovers his own courage along the way. Despereaux is different from other mice. He loves music, stories, and light, and he's especially drawn to Princess P. His curiosity gets him into trouble when he breaks the rule about not interacting with humans, leading to his punishment in the dungeon. There he meets Gregory the jailer, who saves him in exchange for a story. The story also follows Roscuro, a rat who longs for light but causes the queen's death, leading to a ban on all rats in the kingdom. Roscuro teams up with Miggery Sao, a servant girl who dreams of being a princess, to kidnap Princess P. Despereaux, having escaped the dungeon, learns of their plan and faces off with Roscuro to save the princess. The novel explores themes of bravery, love, and the power of stories. It shows that even the smallest creatures can be heroes and that light and hope can overcome darkness.
Hi, I'm Jessie, and I'm going to talk to you today about The Ice Chips and the Magical Rink by Roy McGregor and Carrie McGregor. This book is about a novice hockey player named Lucas and his friends who break into their old community rink and then somehow magically travel through time. They don't know why, they don't know how, but they do meet some very famous people when they were kids, and then discover that friendship, is pretty important. And bullies are, they're everywhere. And how we can respond and react. And I love hockey. I don't know if you guys know this, but Roy McGregor wrote one of my favorite series of books from when I was a kid called The Screech Owls. And the magic and friendship and mystery that kept those books interesting, as well as the hockey, lives on with Roy McGregor and Carrie McGregor. And I'm so excited for you guys to read this, and maybe you'll fall in love with Roy McGregor like I did.
Hey everybody, my name's Kendra and I'm the librarian at the Gabriola Island Library. I want to tell you about Stella Diaz Has Something to Say by Angela Dominguez. It's an awesome book. It's about this little girl in grade 3, turning 9. Her name is Stella Diaz, and she was born in Mexico City, and she hasn't lived very long in the United States. She's a little bit shy and quiet, and she isn't able to speak English very well yet. All of these things make Stella feel sort of lonely and like an outsider at school. She also finds out that she is legally called an alien resident in the United States just because she wasn't born there. Imagine how that would make you feel like an outsider, being called an alien. Anyway, she has a pet betta fish who, you know how betta fish have to live all alone in a tank, otherwise they'll fight to death. And so she can really identify with her pet betta fish because they're both alone and feeling a little bit lonely for their different reasons. And yes, Pancho is the name of her fish, and that's a very Mexican name. And I just love how the author sticks in Mexican words everywhere throughout the story, especially Mexican foods. And for example, she always says that Stella turns arroya, or red, because she blushes a lot because she's shy. Stella's such a cool girl because she loves fish and ocean creatures. And she tells us throughout the book about some cool facts, like octopuses have 3 hearts and they have no bones. And that's why they can fit through only a 1-inch gap between rocks when they're running away from a predator. So as the story goes on, Stella gets to know a lot of awesome people. And that's one of the author's key messages in this story. That people may at first seem really different, or even cooler or smarter or more interesting than you. But if you really take the time to get to know them, people are a lot like you in the most important ways. So it's a really cool, friendly story. I encourage you to read it.
Yes, I'm Julie. I work at the Nanaimo North branch of the library, and I'm here to tell you about our next book. And our next book is Just Harriet by Alana K. Arnold. And as you might guess, this is a book about Harriet. And Harriet has just finished 3rd grade. In fact, it's the final day of 3rd grade when this book starts. And she's so excited for the summer to start. She's all set for some summer fun with her parents and plans on starting the summer off by maybe getting in the summer mood, put her sunglasses on, and she likes to start the summer off by having end of school year smoothie on the way home from school with her mom. So she's all ready for the summer, and then everything goes wrong. You see, because when it gets to the end of the school day, her mom isn't there to pick her up. Instead, her dad comes to pick her up. And her dad tells her that her mom is going to have to be on bed rest for the entire summer. You see, her mom's fine, but she's having a baby, and her and the baby both need to be on bed rest until the fall. So that means there'll be no fun trips anywhere with her mom in the summer. And then, to make things even worse for Harriet, her parents tell her that she's going to have to go stay with her nanu for the entire summer because her dad travels a lot for work, so he won't be at the house to look after her. So she's going to have to go stay with her nanu, who is her grandmother. Now, Harriet loves her grandmother, but a whole summer without her parents? She is not looking forward to that, especially because she had so many fun plans. Harriet thinks that her summer is completely ruined. But wait, could going to her nanu's house actually be fun? Her grandmother lives on a small island and owns a bed and breakfast. You can see it in the background here. Owns a bed and breakfast, so there's always interesting people around. And also, Harriet loves solving mysteries. And what does she find at her grandmother's house? A mysterious key. What does this key open? Could it be a treasure chest? Or maybe a door? A gate? A safe? Will Harriet be able to solve the mystery?
Marina, and I am the Child and Youth Services Librarian at the Souk branch. So today I'm going to tell you about Willow Dean. It's a book written by Catherine Applegate and illustrated by Charles Santoso. It's a magical novel set in an alternative world with strange and exotic creatures and 11-year-old Willow Dean, who risks everything to help these magical and endangered beings. So Willow Dean is 11. She's quiet, she's curious, she likes the outdoors, and she loves animals. And not just the cute and fluffy kind, but even the weird, smelly, screechy ones that no one else likes. The ones that everyone else calls pests or monsters, especially those ones. She loves screechers, these weird, smelly, purple, warthog-like beasts that no one understands. Both screechers and hummingbirds are dearly beloved by Willow Dean, but only one of them is so cherished by the rest of her community. The hummingbirds, these tiny flying bears whose annual migration through the village makes it a popular tourist attraction every fall. They are the pride and joy of the tiny village of Perchance. Screechers, on the other hand, with their intimidating claws and tusks, their long spiky tails and nasty foul odor, have a bounty over their heads and are eagerly hunted. But both species are on the brink of extinction, and they're seen in fewer and fewer numbers. But the villagers are only concerned with the disappearance of the lovable and profitable hummingbears. No one else seems to care about the screechers, but Willowdean, even though they're disappearing too. So when her village is hit by fires and droughts and the magical hummingbears vanish entirely, Willowdean starts to wonder if something is wrong with nature itself. With both species disappearing at a rapid rate, it's up to Willowdean and her new friend Connor to solve the mystery. What they discover might just change how their whole village sees the natural world. If you love books with lovable and not so lovable magical creatures, brave kids, and a message about protecting our planet, then this is the book for you.
All right. So those are the 6 books we're reading. We really hope you'll enjoy Reading Link Challenge, and we look forward to visiting you at your schools in February and March. Thanks, everyone. Bye.